communicating with the life I'm currently communicating with the life on my phone screen. He or she danced in front of me, two of them, two lives, and then hopped onto my finger. So I wonder where they went. I hope they didn't go into my mixture of herbs that I'm drinking, because then they would die. I wonder, where are these lives? These amazing lives. I guess the visit is over. So this bug, I think I offended it by trying to touch my phone screen. It was walking on my phone screen, and dancing. So it started to jerk at me in the aggressive manner. Not aggressive, but whatever. Offended manner, because it was offended that I was touching the screen. And then it's now crawled on my hand. So it's been on my hand, on the top of my hand, sitting on the top of my hand for about 45 seconds now. I can feel it. I wonder where it went. Flew off just now because I moved my hand. That's really nice that a life would honor me, to communicate. Alright, thanks. I saw you, a giant, but scare me, I am brave. I am nature. Maybe I don't know. I jump at you. Why? You use this unnatural thing. If you don't like it, I jump at you. If you don't like it, I jump at you. I jump at you. Don't use this thing. It is unnature. Your face was not a scare. To scare I do to you. I jump at you, you giant. You are not a worthy opponent, because you work with unnature. You work with unnature. I will jump at you. Wapaga. I'm in a restaurant. Play a little bit of flute. Yeah, I think I'll not play. I'm gonna play. I'm in a restaurant. Play a little bit of flute. Yeah, I think I'll not play. In June or July, I wrote something. I deleted a lot of what I wrote, but I wanted to write what I wrote. So I was watering some aloe vera plants. The summer, some were scorched and dry, wilted and dead. I started watering this patch. I felt sorry for it. It started growing again. The plants with dried out limbs turned green and grow. Then one day I saw a snake, the aloe vera covered by blankets so the sun wouldn't scorch. The snake, regular size for an adult snake, saw me and ran. The next little while I checked the area for snake. I saw it again once, aloe vera covered by blankets. One day the snake ran from my watering under a different blanket. Then I left, but I saw a frog go under the blanket the snake had gone under. I didn't want to touch the blanket because it had chemicals. I left. But then I thought, I'm going to save this frog. So I went and watered under the blanket with the hose. Out the frog charged my leg. I said, be like the frog. Everybody deserves a home. I said, be like the frog. They tried to break cultures, languages, families, traditions, but they didn't understand what resilience really looks like. Survivors became teachers, children became carriers of story, elders held the seeds until it was safe to grow again. We're here because they stayed rooted, and now we grow because they endured. This image honors the many indigenous nations whose histories, cultures, and contributions form the foundation of North America. Each name represents a people with traditions, languages, and stories carried forward through resilience and memory. These nations shaped the land long before borders, treaties, and colonial narratives attempted to rewrite their place in history. Their knowledge of community, governance, and the natural world continues to influence the present in profound ways. Recognizing these nations is an act of respect and acknowledgement that their identity, sovereignty, and legacy endure today.
Kakamega Rainforest, about 10 miles from home. I am on the tree.
As I eat candy that has no eggs in it, and hardly any chemicals, but probably some, I think, what do I do to plan for the future?
If one thinks about it, Western houses are unnatural. The houses are meant to be in forests where insects decompose the food scraps that are discarded from a place. The insects are doing what they're designed to do by eating the scraps. The unnatural humans are not doing what they're designed to do by killing them.
So, I was passing by, and my head cleared, and I started to be healthy, and I was passing by this nature, and so it just goes to show that nature is good for the health, and on nature, which is what the rest of the city is, where when I'm not passing by nature, is not good for the health. So, yeah, I'm just suffering like the polar bear. You know, so I went to the Indian store and bought some paan, and they had this saffron paan. Saffron is always nice thing to eat. I had cardamom pond and a different type of pond. So I got all of them, and enjoying pond, you know. But I got a telescope from an Indian. So
hang on, little buddy.
today is December 9th. It marks about 2 weeks since I started going cruel-free. I don't kill animals. I don't torture animals. They're free to be who they are in the forests. And I don't have to give them that freedom. They already have that freedom, their life. And if I abuse their life, then I'm just a horrible, horrible person. So I went cruel-free about 2 weeks ago, and so far I only broke down once and ate meat. But I have, I think I can do it, you know? So, yeah, all power to me.
Wow, America is allowed to take nature and make it gay? That's powerful. Next, they'll take a stone and make it gay. Just so you know, America, gay is not nature. Get the fuck out. Will the color blue ever be purple? Will a man ever be a woman? An apple is not an orange. A woman produces babies, a man doesn't. A man's sperm fits perfectly with a woman's egg, resulting in life. A man's penis, where does that fit on another man that fits perfectly, resulting in life? So nature is gay. Since when has any natural thing been gay? Get the fuck out, America.
Look at him go.
To all the natives, I threw some bread in. I saw some ripples on the top of the sea of bread. No, it's still there. Yeah. They're smart fish. Yeah, there's some ripples there. Yeah, killing life. There's a plane. Killing life with hooks and nets. Hooking a mouth. You know. Yes, keep me out of that. Well, this is the end of my day. Kayak. Yep. It's my bicycle back there. Okay. Time to row. That's what it's called. Time to row to the center of this river. And I hope nobody steals my bicycle. Yeah, that's the only problem about this is that I haven't had a chance to buy a lock for my bicycle yet. But I think it's worth it. I think the risk is worth it. Okay. Alright. Alright. Time to visit the natives in their country. Hopefully not slaughter and put them on reservations. Pulling off. Well, I'm riding this. Got a bag. To an area. Yeah, that's about a. Yeah. Well.
Free one all you like, you are not forgiven. That face I saw in an ambulance worker. For real, I'm not lying, that same look. So a Nazi is wrong because you fought them? How about this? There are worse things to bring into this world than this child. At least she didn't perform a Holocaust on her baby. I know a lot of people in governments do that. Worse people than this. This is a life just like me, with wishes and dreams and nature. Bury me underneath. Let flowering trees grow nourishing from my life. Let Kakamega Forest know there was a native. What is justice? What is justice? It, I think, is when the sun fries the skin when walking in hot weather. It is nature. But there is a higher form of justice. It is life. Pollution will change whether the sun fries skin, but life is. It doesn't change. Life is justice, not nature. Nature is subject to life. What life is higher than the world, higher than galaxies. Galaxies change, the world change, but life is life. Nobody can change it. Will the color blue ever be purple? Will a man ever be a woman? An apple is not an orange. A woman produces babies, a man doesn't. A man's sperm fits perfectly with a woman's egg, resulting in life. A man's penis, where does that fit on another man to fits perfectly, resulting in life? But the people who came to this place 500 years ago say it's legit. Justice is legit, and life is justice. Evil is illegitimate force always. Eating a stone is a legitimate force. All humans know right and wrong. To change life, life would have to disregard their own life. Yet each life is unchangeable. To change life, a life would have to disregard their own life and all lives that exist. If I saw off in my arm, I'm disregarding my own body. If I saw off my arm and try to saw off everybody else's arm, I'm having illegitimate force. If a location of humans says this is okay, whoever says that is illegitimate force. Through a man's imagination, a person can't be anything. Can I imagine that I'm what I experience when I pet a dog? So next, I'm a dog. My imagination says I know what a dog is. Woof. Now I'm a dog. Don't worry if you live amongst people where they say a man is a dog when he thinks he is legit. How does one know what a dog is? By growling and walking on all fours and excrement on the road? Next, I'll chase cats, and the people that genocided the land will say I'm a dog. Woof, I just became a dog. Do you know that's an abuse to a human to go through all that? What if a gang of people say it's actually reality, a human is a dog, when they imagine so? All evil is illegitimate force and is simply abuse. If a person imagines I'm a dog and I'm convinced I'm a dog, woof, and that's all right. If I imagine I'm a dog and put on a collar and somebody else imagines I'm a dog and pets my heads, do I need to live in a country that forces this on me? So I once imagined I was a dog, so people chase me around the land to put collars on me and feed me dog food. Get the fuck out, motherfuckers, whatever that means in English. A country should provide guidance to this imagination so it doesn't get dangerous. Families should provide guidance when changing country of residence, puberty happening in another country so that other culture is not so misfitting. Uncles should not introduce pornography to innocent children when they come to America. Schools should know better than to celebrate sexual immorality, openly instructing youths that it's okay, that it's normal. Hiram College, Ohio. My English is influenced greatly by my family because I grew up in Kenya only speaking American English to my family. My family was abusive. Then coming to a country of and abandoning. How is drugging a person the answer? Drugs are not natural. A stick inserted in my leg is not natural. If I insert a stick in my leg, I'm in critical pain. If a country is forcing critical pain on people for life. What if I'm not crazy? What if I'm not broken? What if nature heals itself naturally? I've never seen a muscle that needs chemicals, changing its structure every day for the rest of life. That doesn't make sense. And I would imagine that anything changing the structure of my muscle is critical pain. I've seen enough of the smokestacks, pollution, the genocide of polar bears and penguins, the genocide of natives, the beyond critical dehumanization and suffering of turkeys, cows, chickens, pigs, the dehumanization of Africans, the unnature of sexual abuse, women wearing nothing, walking around, women showing off their genitals in bikinis, to know I'm not with the people that came to this land, others' homes, and committed genocide. My history: I am from Kenya. My parents, radical religious freaks and Marines, go to Kenya. I was 2 years, teaching me English for 2 years, then accent English is only a family language until age 16. Visiting America at age 9 to 10. If Chinese family in this country have boy 2 years old in country until 16, is he not American? Who gave you the right to think he's Chinese if parents abandoned him in China? Why Chinese want to take him through the culture of communism? He's not even Chinese, motherfucker. Reading the language, he only talked with his family his whole life. I'm full. It is my fault. I think I'm American when I'm not. American think I'm American when I'm not. American, smile. Baloo has suffered enough. Free Baloo. Sign the petition now. Molasses. I remember chasing the molasses truck while it dripped molasses out of the back, drinking the molasses. Where I grew up, everybody owned land. Everybody built and owned a house. Everybody grew food. Nobody controlled each other with money. Everybody was free. Where I ended up, everyone tried to manipulate with money. Everybody tried to manipulate with land. Everybody tried but failed because I will always be free. I will live on in the trees, in wind, in soccer balls kicked by children in Kenya, in the sky, in video games, in water, in mangoes and in guavas, in earth, in Kenyan earth, in snow and in falling out of a car a long time ago. I will live on.